What is up, guys? It's Bucky here. How are you guys doing? As always, hope you guys are doing good. What you guys are going to be watching here is the new Destiny beta gameplay, which was taken from the Iron Banner event, which took place from 5 to 7 Eastern Time on Saturday, July 19th. So it was only really going on for about 2 hours, but within these 2 hours, Bungie decided to show the 2 newer maps which were only available during this event. And one of the maps, which is what you guys are seeing here, is the Rusted Lands map, which takes place on Earth, and the second map takes place on Mars. But in my opinion, overall, both of these maps look amazing. I think Bungie they really took their time and did an amazing job developing these maps. And at least playing for this game mode, which is Control, which is like Domination, the maps really have a nice flow to them, which makes it so much easier to play and actually feels fun to play it. Overall, like I said, the game type that we're playing is Control, which is basically Domination from Call of Duty. And in Control, it's the first team to get to 20,000 points wins. And 20,000 does sound like a lot of points, but the points are earned very quickly. So it's kind of similar to like the 200 points that you earn in Call of Duty Domination to win the map. But overall, what you guys are going to be seeing here is my class setup. And as you guys can see, I'm level 8, and for the Destiny beta, level 8 is the max level you can get. They don't let you go any more than that. They don't want you to progress too far and get too far into the game before the game actually comes out. But the primary weapon that I'm using is the Cydonia AR3, which is basically like an assault rifle. And as you guys can see, it's highlighted in gold, which basically means that it's fully maxed out. I maxed out all of the attachments and everything for the gun to make it as powerful as possible. My secondary weapon is the Horizon LR2, I hope I said that right, which is basically the sniper rifle. You can choose basically anything you want for your secondary, but I chose to make a sniper rifle for those long distance firefights, and it really comes in handy. And it's actually pretty easy to quickscope in this game, so that's why I went ahead with the sniper rifle. And my heavy weapon, is the Sargon C, which is basically like a machine gun LMG type hybrid, and it has just amazing power and impact. With this gun, it only takes maybe 3 to 4 shots to get a kill with that, which compared to the other guns, it's pretty amazing. You can kill people and just shut them down extremely quick. But the only thing with this gun is that it shoots very fast and you run out of ammo very fast. And with Destiny, you don't start off with heavy weapon ammo. You actually have to go around and wait for the game to drop the ammo, and you have to go and pick it up. So that's how they did it. They didn't want it to be too overpowered, so they kind of limited the use and kind of regulated it, which I believe is a really good way to go. It makes sure that the game is still even for everyone else and kind of prevents it from getting too overpowered. And the next thing you guys are going to see is my defense, which is currently 124. That's a pretty good defense. I think anything over 120 is good. If you guys get too high, like I know some people are in 150 and that's just kind of overpowered. Once you're at that range, it's really hard to kill you, especially if you're like a Titan, which has the highest possible defense. So I'm over here with the Hunter, so 124 is pretty good. I can move pretty quickly, and it's kind of even. It takes other people a little bit longer to kill me than it is to kill them, so I end up winning most of the gunfights that you guys see here in this gameplay. Overall of this game, I really like how it's going. I think Bungie did an amazing job with this game so far, and I think it was an extremely smart move, including an alpha, which came out a few weeks ago, and now a beta, because this way they can really see what needs to be fixed in the game, and they can go ahead and fix that by the time the game comes out. And obviously once the game is out, if they see anything that needs to be fixed, they'll upload patches. So far, I think by doing what they're doing right now with this beta and the alpha that they had, they're really ensuring that when the game is released on September 9th, it's going to be the best possible game that they can make it, and obviously they'll go through and just make it even better as time goes on. So overall, like I said, I'm so happy with the direction of this game and where it's going, and I really can see that it has a lot of potential to be a great game. So far, I haven't had really any connection issues, except for a little bit of lag here and there, but that could be on my part. Nothing like Call of Duty Ghosts or Black Ops 2 lag so far. So, like I said, the beta is going extremely great. With the guns that I've been using, the weapons I've been doing, I've been doing pretty good, getting, averaging a 2 KD or higher. I think in this game I get close to a 3 KD. I think I get like a 2.75 KD, something like that. You guys will see it at the end of the video. So overall, like I said, it's just going so amazing. But let's talk about the map and the gameplay a little bit more now. And as you guys can see here, I'm trying to take the A flag zone since I noticed the other team was pushing towards the C flag zone. And while I'm doing this, my team is currently trying to take the B flag zone. This gives us a 2 flag zone cap over the other team. So by holding this lead, we're pretty much guaranteed a win because there's really no other way the other team can earn as many points or more points than us because we have 2-1 lead over them. So the only way for them to really do anything is for them to try to come back to A or for them to go to B. But at that point, you know, I'm just rotating from A to B and back and forth to make sure that they don't get that and that they don't get the lead over us. And as you guys can see, we pretty much have almost twice as many points as they do. So we're in a very good position. And this pretty much shows that having a good team is essential to winning matches, just like in other games, especially Call of Duty. But the one problem I really have with this game is that it seems that the teams don't earn points based off of their cap zones at the same time. So basically, let's take Call of Duty for example. For Call of Duty competitive, every 5 seconds, the points are given out depending how many flags your team has. So if your team has two flags and the other team has 1 flag, every 5 seconds you're going to get 2 points and they're going to get 1 point. And it's going to go on like that every 5 seconds. But so far in Destiny, I've noticed that the points aren't given out at the same time. It really depends on when your team takes a zone. That's when the countdown timer begins for when you're going to earn the next point. So if I take the A flag at 2 seconds, but someone takes it at 1 second, when we reach, let's say, if it's every 5 seconds, if they reach 6 seconds, they'll get their point before I get my point. So I've noticed that there are times where, you know, even if my team has 2 flags and the other team has 1 flag, it'll give them the points first, making it seem like they're in the lead when that's not necessarily true. So like I said, I've seen this happen quite a few times now, and it's something kind of annoying because it's kind of hard to keep track of how many points you guys have as compared to them. Because I can see a team winning last second even if they only hold 1 flag just because they get the points sooner. So hopefully this is something Bungie has noticed and something that they're taking into consideration. Again, it kind of gives a different twist on it, and you know, if they want to do it like that, I'm not mad. It just means that you guys have to play harder, you guys have to, you know, neutralize a flag, and kind of adds a different aspect into the game for domination or control rather. But what you guys actually saw right there when I went to the options menu and I actually went over to my weapon is that during the game you can actually upgrade your weapon at the same time. So as I got one of the kills, it maxed out the weapon and gave me extra damage for the weapon. And so the way you kind of do that is you go to the options menu, you go to your gun, you click the triangle, which is the details button, and then you can see all the different options that you have for the gun. And by doing that, I was able to fully max out my weapon. So now I have the highest possible damage allowed for this weapon. But I kind of would prefer that they go towards the Call of Duty version and have it done, have the points given out at the same exact time for both teams, whether it be 5 seconds, 3 seconds, or whatever it is. So that's really the only negative thing I can think about for this game, and even still, it's not a big thing for me. It really doesn't, you know, annoy me that much. If it's something they decide to include in the game, then that's fine. It's something you have to get used to, and like I said, it adds a different aspect towards playing this game type. But speaking about other game types, like I said, for this beta, we're only really given this control or the domination game type. And even with the Iron Banner event and different events, it seems like this is really the only thing we can play. So it would be cool if Destiny, or if Bungie rather, came out and gave us different game types for us to play. I would love to play a search and destroy light game for Destiny. I feel like that would just be extremely amazing. You know, as you guys know, Search and Destroy is my favorite all-time game mode for Call of Duty, and if hopefully they do include something like that for Destiny, and they'll just make it extremely fun to play, especially with these maps and the size of these maps. If you guys have like a 6-on-6 playing Search and Destroy, it would just be, I could see it being extremely fun to play. So hopefully they give us more game modes to play during this beta. They're probably going to release more if they do end up releasing it next week when they open up the Xbox beta. So as you guys know right now, only the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 betas are open. So we kind of get everything first over Xbox, which is a change from what it usually is. Usually I'm used to getting everything second after the Xbox. So once everything gets out on the PlayStation, it's kind of like old news. But hopefully in Destiny we get things first over the Xbox. I think Destiny has said that, or Bungie has said that they are making the PlayStation the primary console. So if there's any DLC like that, I think they said that they would give it for the PlayStation community first over the Xbox. Let me know in the comment section down below if that's true or not. I could be wrong. But that pretty much does it, guys, for this video. As the video is wrapping up, as you guys can see here, we're just about on that 20,000 points, and as you can see, it says your team won. Got that victory badge, though, and I was able to get a kill after the game ended. That's something I kind of like. You can shortly continue playing even though you guys already won. So again, that pretty much does it. Let's see what my overall score was. I believe I had 22 kills, 7 assists, and a 2.75 KD. So not bad, and I ended up getting a nice reward. Got a new extremely powerful pistol. But that pretty much does it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, please leave me a like, favorite, and a comment, and let me know if you guys want me to upload some more Destiny gameplay, and I'll be sure to do that in the future. But that pretty much does it, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Until then, take it easy, guys. Peace.